No 8-minute speech like last year. But fun fact, my speech was actually longer than this year's Call of Duty campaign. What? Another company I'll never work for.
You know, guys, some things in this world are just music to my ears. When people outside of our community roast and acknowledge Call of Duty for how pathetic things have become in this franchise over the last few years, the Scatmaster personally loves to hear that, okay? Because it just makes people in our community start crying and they start fighting with each other and bickering, and, you know, other actors and influencers start crying on social media. And to me, it's pretty funny just looking at all of these baboons throw their shit at each other like as if any of them are gonna win. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I just like watching chaos unfold on the timeline. And this time it's because the actor for God of War, the guy who plays Kratos, Christopher Judge, he went on stage after winning an award and he just roasted Call of Duty. And his roast wasn't even that bad, okay? Like, it's really not that bad. You want to know what would happen if the Scatmaster went up on stage, especially after winning an award? I would have gone up there like, oh, thank you guys, thank you. Joe Seacott, I fucked your wife, fucking pisser. Oh, Bobby Cosby, stop harassing women. Sayonara, shitter, back to Epstein Island you go. Guys, the Scatmaster would have been canceled instantaneously. Like, this guy, Christopher Judge, if you are crying over what this man said, you are literally so fucking soft and sensitive. And this even goes to the Sledgehammer devs. I know there's people sympathizing with Sledgehammer on this, like, oh, but Activision's really the ones that made them work on this campaign in less than a year. You want to know what you do if your bosses are making you do something you don't like at your job? You don't fucking do it. Oh, but they need money. Get another fucking job, you fucking piss can. Go work for a different company. Go take your talents to fucking Rockstar or some shit. Guys think we're gonna sympathize with you for working for Activision. Are you fucking dumb? And it gets even worse. The guy who plays Captain Price in Call of Duty, okay, like the fake Captain Price that's been showing up since 2019. His name's what, fucking Barry Sloan or some shit? He tweets out saying, that Christopher Judge guy writes all his own material, I hear. Talented with a clown emoji. Wow, haha, that was very funny. Like, bro's really proud for his work in MW 2019, one of the worst Call of Duties of all fucking existence, and you think we're gonna look at your opinion and be like, oh, this guy's fucking right, oh yeah, you fucking moron. You know what? Actually, I think it's due. I think it's due at this point. I've seen this guy chirping on Twitter time after time talking about it was never an expansion pack. Shut the fuck up. Barry Sloan, Captain Price, whatever you want to go as, I'd like you to meet my double barrel shotguns with Dragon Breath and go straight to the gulag and do not come back. Please, especially not if you're working in MW 2019 Part fucking 4. That dog shit of a game that's inevitably gonna come our way. Enjoy sword fighting with Bobby Cosby and that big forehead bitch Joe Seacott. Shitter. But guys, it gets even worse than this. I mean, Charlie Intel, for whatever reason, decides to open up his pussy lips and says, several current and former Call of Duty developers have also called out Christopher Judge for his comments at the Game Awards, saying MW 2019 Part 3 is probably destroys all God of War games combined in sales and player metrics. Certainly not in fucking grammar, which we'll get back to this, but he continues by saying, Judge's comments were obviously a joke, but saying that comment during a show that is supposed to celebrate gaming and developers was rough, especially considering the fact the Sledgehammer team had to make this game in 6 months and provided more content than a 3-year dev cycle. And he continues even further saying, MW 2019 Part 3's campaign is short, and it should not have been that short, nor should it have been the mission style as it was, and Judge saying this comment at a celebration of games was rough. Both can be true at the same time. Hope that helps every blah blah blah, whatever the fuck. Now, just to get back to that first tweet from the devs' responses to Christopher Judge, commenting how MW 2019 Part 3 destroys God of War games, combined in sales and player metrics. I mean, comparing fucking apples to oranges at this point, guys. Like, are we really comparing player metrics on a live service game to an RPG titled game? Guys, is that what we're doing? Really? Which one do you think is gonna have a higher player count over a large period of time? Are you fucking stupid? And I like how they want to talk about sales all of a sudden, but back when they were talking about how successful MW 2019 Part 3 was, there is no mention of sales. You know why? Because this game fucking flopped. I'm sorry to whoever has to hear this, but that's the truth. MW 2019 Part 3 did not live up to the previous titles, and that is why they did not bother mentioning sales. And if you're somebody who's gonna say, oh, Sledgehammer game had to work under these conditions under Activision, you understand that Activision's motive at the end of the day is literally just player metrics and sales and numbers and revenue and shit like that. So for Sledgehammer games to be comparing their own player metrics and sales to God of War, that's literally just a contradiction to the people who are sympathizing with Sledgehammer games. That's just them shooting themselves in the foot. You can no longer say, oh, but they had to work under these conditions for Activision, when Activision is literally only going for player metrics and sales. And if they want to complain about that and then use that against God of War, it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry, guys. It really doesn't. And I really like the fact that they decided not to compare awards or accolades in terms of quality and enjoyment, you know? Like, God of War has won Game of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. Call of Duty, nope. Sorry. I mean, you can say what you want about these campaigns, especially MW 2019. I would even say it's one of the better campaigns that I've played in Call of Duty, but guess what? You want to compare God of War's story to Call of Duty's story? Let me tell you something right now. There exists no Call of Duty game. That includes the Golden Era CODs, okay? Listen to this. There exists no Call of Duty campaign that is better than any of the recent God of War titles. Say what you want. I don't give a fuck. Even my most favorite Call of Duty game of all time, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, the original MW series. Sorry, it's not happening. It really isn't. Also, I don't understand why people are so sensitive about this. We literally play Call of Duty. Do you not realize what community you're currently in? And I understand the new age Call of Duties all call for this whole like, oh, we need to be kind and nice to each other. We can't show off our KDs to each other. We're gonna start bullying each other. Shut the fuck up, man. Listen, myself included in this. The Call of Duty community harbors some of the most brain-dead, bonehead, dumbass, motherfucking low IQ people on the fucking planet in terms of gaming. Our average skill level and IQ is just far lesser than majority other franchises and successful games out there, especially when you want to compare FPS to FPS. Yes, ours runs smoothly. Yes, we have good graphics. Yeah, we have all of these fucking anime bundles that people simp over and spend $20 on. You take that away, we are the least impressive players on the fucking planet, okay? Yes, myself included. And if you are not willing to admit that, you think way too fucking highly of yourself, let me tell you right now. If somebody roasts the God of War campaign, the devs aren't fucking crying, the community within themselves aren't fighting. You do that to Call of Duty with one of the worst campaigns we've seen in years, and people want to start crying. What the fuck is that? I mean, if people within our own community are roasting each other based off of people's takes on our campaign and our response to Christopher Judge, I mean, it says a lot when we're talking more about that than what's going on in the actual game. I mean, Season 1 just came out in this game a few days ago. Nobody's talking about that shit anymore, let me tell you right now. Is it a problem with seasonal content? Is the game too boring? Is the game getting stale? Is SBMM in the way of everything? Or is it all of the above, and have people in the community been calling that since before the fucking beta, and now we want to act surprised, and now we want to defend Sledgehammer games because they gave us dead silence and red dots on the minimap, so now we need to defend their fucking campaign when it's obviously gonna get shat on by fucking God of War, and you think we're gonna step up to the plate to defend Sledgehammer games for choosing to work under Activision's conditions? You got me fucked up, hell no! Produce a top 7 COD and maybe we can talk about defending developers. Maybe we can talk about comparing games to other games. Maybe we can talk about comparing our franchise to other franchises and our publishers to other publishers out there and working under which company. You produce a top 7 COD, fuck it, maybe a top 8 or 9 COD, and maybe we'll talk about it, okay? From 2019 till the present day, we have not seen a top 7 COD. I'm sorry, it's the fucking truth, okay? Is this game the closest? Yeah, but we're also comparing to MW 2019 Part 2, and fucking Vanguard. You think it's that difficult? Come on. And this isn't even me just trying to put down our developers or the community. It's more like, get your head out of the clouds, okay? Sledgehammer Games listened to us on a few pieces of feedback that we had that got ignored an entire year last year, and now all of a sudden you think we're gonna defend them. Fuck, get the fuck out of here. No. I mean, your own gooch lickers don't even like your campaign. Why are you defending it? Your own gooch lickers hardly like the zombies mode. Majority of the ones that enjoy the multiplayer experience are fucking brain dead. I mean, there's maybe like 5% of the entire community that likes multiplayer that actually aren't gooch lickers. Do you understand this? And don't even get me started on Warzone, guys. Oh, Jesus. Activision's cash cow has been so far from that the last couple of years. Warzone fell the fuck off. Shut up. Like I said, produce me a top 7 COD, maybe we'll talk about defending Call of Duty, okay? Until then, you're not getting shit from the Scadmaster. And that's why people within our own community roast each other based on their takes on what they like, what they don't like, what game they're gonna defend versus what other game. It's a shit show here in the community. You know why? Because our own developers, as good as they're trying to be, the reality is, it's not there yet. Okay, it's not there. They could literally wipe my fucking ass and I still wouldn't thank them. You think because they gave me one 6v6 map for the new season of a game with no original content, you think I'm gonna defend them? Get the fuck out of here. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Whose side are you on? Christopher Judge or Captain Overpriced DLC? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodles.
This ain't in my body.